So it's nice to chat with you again. I have to believe it's been a month since we last spoke, and that's a day at Clifton Hill when Forfar got relegated. How have you coped since then? How have you got on?
Well, obviously, it was a pretty raw experience. Anybody that saw it, and I look back now, as I have done, and watched that, it was painful to watch. So it was painful to do it, Neil. But I think you and I both agreed there and then we thought it should be done, and in hindsight it probably was the right thing to do, and just let people see how much we were hurting as a club. And I think generally speaking the reaction we got was pretty good, to be honest, and a lot of people were angry and we accept that, but I think it's amazing how quickly people have moved on, and the signings have been good, and as you say, it's 4 or 5 weeks just, and look how much we've done in 4 or 5 weeks. We've got some players out and some players in, so we're making progress, Neil. Yeah.
How impressed have you been with the work the manager's done in getting the players in?
Well, that's what I said to you that day at Albion Rovers, and the work had already started before then. There was conversations taking place, and we knew who you had lined up and stuff like that. And, almost everybody that he's gone after, he's got. In fact, I think he's probably on a 100% success rate just now, to be honest, and working away on more, and it's just been non-stop. I've probably never known a close season like it, but it's good. It gets you excited again, and you're only away for a couple of weeks and you're thinking, right, when's the next game? So yeah, that's a good thing about football. You have to recover quickly.
I think some of the players that have left would. So I'm thinking, well, like Ian Campbell, that really put his heart and soul into the side, especially when he was carrying that injury.
Correct.
What would you like to say to these players that have moved on?
Well, to some of them I've spoken to them, the ones that I could, I've picked up the phone, sent messages to them and stuff like that, so where I could I've managed to get in contact with them, so that's hopefully the kind of club we are, and you can see that because players want to come back. When Stuart left, and I kept in touch with Stuart, and when the chance came to come back, he jumped at it and stuff. So yeah, I think you've got to leave on the correct foot. You always make sure you leave on the correct foot, because you're never sure when you'll need to walk through that door again, and so it's proved to be the case. But to these players that just thank them for their efforts, as I said on the day. It's just thank them.
We'll touch on the new signings in just a second, but there's one signing in particular that caught my eye, Martin Fotheringham, another year's contract. What can you say about the man?
It's difficult. It's not been enough said already, to be honest. Really, I've known Martin now for 7 years since I've got here, and the first day I walked in here, he made me feel welcome, and I've got to know him quite well over these years, and his family, and it's just a really good news story for the club, and I think it was important for us to get that done early, and because it sends out a good message, and I think it gave everybody a lift, and you can see how highly he's regarded amongst the fans. And I think when we posted that on social media, I think there's about like 14,000 views on that post. So that tells you just exactly how popular he is. So that's great news.
And so of the new signings, how impressed are you with what's been signed so far, and who's been signed?
Well, obviously the three guys from Airdrie, we know them really well. They've been a real thorn in our flesh over the last few years. And I know Jim Lister, we've tried for him a couple of times over the last 2 or 3 years and stuff. So they're good signings, and they just bring something different. And it's good to get some fresh blood in, and that's exactly what's going to be. And they'll come in and settle in quite quickly because they know the management team that's here already. So they've got a bit of an advantage on that, to be honest, really. So it's good. It's just time. Just over the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll hopefully get some more done, and pre-season, I think it's the 14th of June it starts, so it's just round the corner, to be honest. It's getting ridiculous, but that's just the way it's got to be, with the League Cup starting that bit earlier than that now too. So.
How have the pre-season fixture plans going? I know there's 2 lined up.
Yeah. It's difficult just now because we're waiting for the League Cup draw to be done, because you can fix up games now and then have to cancel them because of the you could end up correct. I can't remember who that was against.
Montrose, I think it was.
I think that's probably actually right. So it's kind of like a bit of a false dawn just now, because we're waiting to see what the league, and that draw will be done just shortly. So we'll start to see games getting fixed up after that.
So although it's starting in League 2, which was the last thing you'd wanted, have you got your zest back for football? Yeah,
that's what I said to you. Really, for about a week after we were relegated, quite frankly, I had no interest in anything, to be honest. I just wanted to just disappear and pretend it never happened. But the sun came up the next morning, and yeah, nobody died, and we just, you know, next season, regardless of what league you're in, it's irrelevant. It's a game of football. Every game's got to be played and won. You've got to earn the right to win the game of football. We'll take it seriously and give the game respect, and we'll do that. And we'll just wait. Seriously can't wait for it to start. You know.
And are your favourites to win the league, do you think?
Oh, that's, you know, you've done quite well up until now. I think that's probably one question too far, to be honest. Yeah, no, I'm not getting involved in that.
Okay.
Yeah, but personally, I'd like to say that I'm delighted you're staying, and you know, I don't know if it's common knowledge or not, but we know at the end of the season we thought we were going to lose you and stuff, and you know, you've not let us down. You've come back, and we've got something sorted out. And so to all the people who watch your clips and stuff like that, the good news is it's going to continue. So we're delighted. So thank you very much for that.
And I'm happy too that we've worked something out as well.
Brilliant. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.